let's dig into those adders. Jared went over the base 30% tax credit and how if the project is larger than 1 megawatt AC, you need to use a prevailing wage and registered approved apprenticeship program in order to qualify for the full 30%. There's an additional 10% available if you meet the domestic content test. The rules here are still forming. We've been reaching out to several of the manufacturers to see what they know and if they believe they meet this or if they have a roadmap to meet this. Right now, what the rules say is that to get this 10% additional tax credit, your project, if it has steel components, 100% of that steel has to be US made steel. So a lot of times a large ground mount, for instance, will have steel components. Then the other piece is of all the additional equipment, the inverters, the modules, the electronics, et cetera, 40% of the manufactured equipment must have, that equipment must have 40% of its content from US sources. So solar is a pretty complex manufacturing process, and it involves the solar silicon, it involves refining into wafers, it involves making it into cells, and then assembling and putting a backsheet on, using special solar glass, using special aluminum extrusions. These are supplied by factories all over the world. We do have some of our favorite US-based manufacturers assembling in the US. We do not yet know if they meet that 40% content. We suspect that they don't. Most of the cells are coming from Taiwan. That said, there's a roadmap to onshore a lot of this. So we're hoping that we'll be able to provide domestic qualified materials soon to get our customers that extra 10%. The second big exciting part of the IRA is a 10% energy community adder. Some folks jokingly call this the Mansion or West Virginia adder, but it applies to a large part of Ohio and Pennsylvania, probably Virginia as well. So to qualify for this 10% additional tax credit, the project could be located on a brownfield that is a certified brownfield. A lot of times these are capped landfills. Sometimes they're former industrial sites that have been remediated but aren't being used for residential housing. They make great sites for solar. The other test is if their census tract or an adjacent census tract had a coal mine closed after 1999 or a retired coal-fired power plant after 2009. And then the other piece would be their poverty or their employment rate, or how much of their local tax revenues came from extraction, processing, transport of coal, oil, or natural gas. So again, we have parts of our geography that were part of that boom and bust of the fracking boom that might meet that test. So we'll be happy to dig into those details with you to find out how many percentage tax credit you might be eligible for. The additional adders are a 10, 20, or you can combine them for 30% low income community adder. Now, this is different from the above discussed adders in that it is a competitive adder. You need to make an application to the Treasury Department, and depending on the merits of your application, or maybe first come, first serve, we don't yet know, you will be awarded. This is capped at 1.8 gigawatts per year. So that's 1,800 megawatts. So that's not a small amount, but it's possible that this will go quickly. So this is something that we're focused on to learn the rules quickly, find out if our clients are going to be able to apply for this, help them with their applications. These are capped at 5 megawatt AC or smaller per project. And the first part of it is the 10% adder. If you are located, if a project is located in a low income community or on Indian land, And then the second 20% adder is that the project is part of a qualified low-income residential building project, typically a multifamily project that's focused on affordable housing, or if it's in a qualified low-income economic benefit project. And these are specific definitions called out in the code administered by HUD, and we can help you understand if it qualifies or not.